Hey everybody, and welcome back to Droobz Vids. Today, we're going to be opening up the Goblin Slayer Nendoroid. So today we're going to be opening up the Goblin Slayer Nendoroid, the Beard Cutter. Orc Bold. This guy is awesome. If you look here, you actually get a goblin with it, bunch of accessories. This thing looks great. I really like Goblin Slayer. It is a fantastic, and I believe this actually lights up too, but yes, I love Goblin Slayer. It's a fantastic anime. I've been reading the manga, and that's really good too. However, I'm a little hesitant to recommend it to most people because it is for mature audiences, so do keep that in mind if you do try and watch this or read it, that this is definitely not for the faint of heart, this anime or manga. And yeah, definitely for mature audiences. So with that being said, let's go ahead and open this guy up and see everything that we get with it. And as usual, we will check out that instruction booklet first that we get inside of every Nendoroid. So let's see how this looks. So here we go, our little instruction booklet. And as you can see there, we get quite a few accessories. Not as much as some of the other ones we've been getting. And yeah, so it does look like it possibly lights up. Yes, it does. That's awesome. So we'll set this to the side for now, and we will refer to it if we need it. Let's go ahead and check out the actual figure itself here. And yeah, there's not too much to this actual Nendoroid. In the inside, there is just a red background, which if you guys have experienced this show or manga, you will know why it is that red, or that color red in general. So I guess I could tell you why it's that red, and you know, it's probably because the vast amount of blood that you see in the show. So yeah, it's definitely, like I was saying, for mature audiences. And as you can see here, the Nendoroid, there's actually not too many accessories like I thought there would be, because we're not going to have any extra faceplates, because you don't typically see Goblin Slayer's face. So yeah, he's always in armor and helmet, and when he's not in armor, they actually don't show him, or show his full face, I should say. So let's go ahead and get this thing open here. It looks like it's not sealed with tape, which is good. But one of the cool things about this is, yeah, you get your little goblin here, which is pretty cool, and these guys are creepy. And wow, yeah, he actually has some little beady eyes there. Looks just like how the manga is. Man, that is crazy. He got a hole in the back there. That's not because he got dead, but that's for the mounting peg. Definitely a really cool looking goblin there. And I do tend to keep all these little plastic bits too, just for, you know, if I ever decide to put them away or something like that. But let's see what else we have. Oh, looks like our little torch actually fell out. So there goes the little torch there, and that is pretty cool. That's a bit of kind of translucent plastic there to have that effect. Really, really nice looking. And then we got a club here that has a bit of blood coming off of it, and yeah, that's actually pretty neat. So I guess you could probably actually put this club into the goblin's hand there if we want. So have him like that. I guess it would probably be more like this. And this goblin, his arms and legs are actually posable. Well, just his arms are posable. But yeah, that is actually a pretty neat little feature there. And of course, inside of here, we actually have the Goblin Slayer sword, and he tends to use a smaller type of sword, because when you're inside a cave or something like that, you can't be swinging a big long sword because it will hit the sides of the cave and you will die. And that looks like it's pretty much it, aside from the hand features here, but we'll check those out in a minute. Let's go ahead and get our figure out of the bag and take a look at it, because I've been wanting to see this guy for a while now, and it does look really good. We do got the plastic bits protecting the paint there, and yeah, we'll just go ahead and get rid of all of that real quick. Pull this off. There goes one. And unfortunately, we will have to kill the Goblin Slayer here and decapitate him to get this other plastic off. So here we go. And like I said in previous videos, you do want to be careful when you're decapitating your Nendoroids, because you could easily break a joint or an accessory on them. So just be careful when you're doing that. As you can see here, I'm having a little bit of trouble getting this off, because they are generally pretty tight when you first get them. So yeah, we'll go ahead and there we go. Got it off. And we will put that back together. And yeah, as you can see here, actually the joint kind of started coming up out of the head side too, which, you know, you typically don't want. You want that to be down as far as possible. And then we will get this back into this side here, which will be a little difficult because it's on a hinge, but yeah, let's go ahead and there we go. Got it in. Everything's working all right. And the really cool thing about this Nendoroid is the posability of this one. So we have leg movement here. We have, well, I ripped his foot off, but yes, you could pose the feet a little bit, and then you actually have knee movement as well, which is really nice on both legs. And then for the arms, you have at the elbow here, you have it at the shoulder, as well as the hands articulate, which is really cool. And then on this side, you do have the Goblin Slayer's little shield there, his little buckler, and his head moves back and forth. And also his body itself does have ab crunch, which is very nice to have. So yeah, just looking at the figure in general, this guy looks really cool. And the thing about Goblin Slayer, if you ever played Dungeons and Dragons or any type of game like that, Dark Souls probably, this is what he'll remind you of. His arm popped out there. I was probably messing around with it too much, but it's okay. But yeah, this definitely reminds me of something like that. Dark Souls, Dungeons and Dragons, fantastic stuff. So let's go ahead and see how to actually turn this on, because I believe this lights up here. We're just gonna go ahead and try to break away some of these face plates or his head. Not quite sure how to do that. So let's go ahead and refer to our instructions there to see how to remove his helmet. So in the instructions, it actually looks like, oh, the mist light is sold separately, so I don't have the light. Well, that sucks. I guess I'll have to probably purchase the light. I want to say it was probably a pre-order bonus from Good Smile, but since I didn't actually pre-order this from Good Smile, I bought it through a third party, actually from Galactic Toys. So yeah, it didn't come with the light, so I'll actually try and see if I can't pick one of these up, because that'd be pretty cool. So either way, let's go ahead and take apart his head and see what's inside there. So I don't want to break this, so we'll take that out. And you know, I'm not really totally concerned with actually lighting up, but yeah, as you can see there, that does have the room on the inside to add that light. So I believe the light just probably goes in through this little crevice there, and yeah, it will go through here and you can see the red light. So that's actually pretty neat. We can actually pull off this front faceplate too, just to see how all that inner workings actually are put together. And yeah, pretty simple there. You just have the slot here for the light, and yeah, pretty cool. Definitely a really cool Nendoroid, and I think I really will pick up that light. So let's go ahead and check out these other accessories here that we get before we move on to the posing. It looks like we have what appears to be a few different hands. So we have a little hand here, probably be able to hold something or just be pointing at something. And then we have, looks like a couple of fists. Yeah, these are the holding hands there. You can see the hole inside of the hands. So that's what those will be for. Whoops. And then our last one looks like it is for his right arm, so you don't have to have the shield on if you don't want. So that's pretty neat too that they included that. And of course, flipping it over, it does come with our stand here that's actually taped up inside. Let's go ahead and remove that. And I believe it comes with the adjusters as well as an extra joint that I could see there. So inside this little baggie. Yep, so we have our small stand, probably for the Goblin, our regular stand for the Goblin Slayer himself. And then we have our little platform here, as well as the extra joint in case we do end up breaking it. But man, I cannot get over the detail they got in this little guy. This thing looks quite amazing indeed. Very, very cool. There you have it, folks. That was the Goblin Slayer Nendoroid. And what else could I say about this little guy right here? You know, there wasn't a whole bunch of accessories, but that makes perfect sense because the Goblin Slayer is a man of necessity himself. And it's nice to see, you know, no extra frills and thrills in this guy because it exemplifies exactly who he is. A silver rank adventurer hellbent on destroying goblins and only bringing the necessities on every quest he goes on to achieve just that. And I'm definitely impressed with the amount of detail they did add into this little guy here. It's a fantastic Nendoroid, and possibly one of my favorite ones to date. So let me know down in the comments below what you think of the Goblin Slayer Nendoroid. And that's going to wrap it up for this video, guys. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more content, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next video.